Compressor ice cream makers promise no pre-freezing, no waiting. But one choice quietly doubles your cost. Here's how to avoid it. A broken compressor mid-July is a $100 lesson nobody needs. These 5 Whynter and VEVOR machines all skip the pre-freeze step, but bowl size, motor quality, and build consistency vary wildly. The rule: trust the star rating backed by real owner volume, not the spec sheet. That is exactly what we ranked. One surprise pick earns it. Working. At $128.90, the VEVOR promises compressor convenience at a budget price. Sounds like the obvious move, but VEVOR carries a B- Better Business Bureau rating and over 1,400 complaints filed. Real buyers report the compressor stopping mid-cycle, requiring manual restarts just to finish a batch. The noise is louder than advertised. The manual reads like a rough translation. That is the variability tax you pay at this price point. It earns 4.4 stars across 283 reviews, so some owners are happy, but if a failed batch would genuinely frustrate you, step up. The Whynter lineup is a completely different reliability story. At $269.99, the Whynter 2.1 Quart promises to be the serious machine, and 4,603 verified reviews say real people are backing that claim with real money. The LCD display and built-in compressor mean you churn whenever you want. No pre-freezing, no planning ahead. That convenience is genuinely worth something. Here is the catch. Owners consistently report the freezing ability fades around the 2-year mark. At this price, that stings. Still, for the next 2 years, it performs. This is the pick for frequent churners who want reliability now and will decide about later. No. The ICM-220SSY pitches itself as 2 machines in one, ice cream maker and yogurt machine, at $256.48. That sounds like a deal. But here's the stress test. Does adding yogurt mode actually justify costing more than the standard 2-quart Whynter? The compressor is identical under the hood. Same built-in cooling. Same no pre-freezing convenience. Same 2-year lifespan cliff that the previous model already warned you about. 4.2 stars across over 4,600 owners is genuinely impressive. The LCD timer is useful. The yogurt mode is real and functional. But if you never make yogurt, you are paying extra for a button you will never press. This is the pick for the multitasker who actually wants both functions, not the one chasing raw ice cream performance. So does spending more actually buy you anything? The Whynter 2.1 Quart upright with LCD display sits at $328. That's about $30 above the yogurt model, and the promise is a cleaner, more focused ice cream machine. Same compressor convenience, no pre-freezing, no waiting overnight. But here's what the data actually shows. 4.5 stars across over 2,700 owners. That's the strongest rating in this entire lineup. 5-star and 4-star reviews dominate, and owners report a lower failure rate within the first 3 years compared to industry averages. That is not marketing copy. That is patterned from real buyers. And the honest flaw: overflow is a real problem if you ignore the fill line. Don't. This is the pick for the serious home churner who wants one machine, zero guesswork, and the trust data to back it up. And then there's this one. The Whynter 1.2 8-quart upright at $199.99. The smallest machine in this lineup, and somehow the most trusted. 4.5 stars across 2,743 real owners. That's not a rounding error. That's the largest, most battle-tested review pool here, and it still holds a 4.5. For a compact compressor machine, that's genuinely rare. The built-in compressor means no pre-freezing, ever. You decide you want ice cream, you make ice cream. Done. The honest flaw: fill it past the line, and it overflows onto the underside of the lid. Every time. Follow the guide, no problem. But if you're feeding a crowd, 1.28 quarts runs out fast. This is the pick for 1 or 2 people who want reliable results night after night without babysitting a larger machine. So where does that leave you? The VVOR is the entry point, cheapest, smallest, slowest. The 2-quart Whynter with the yogurt mode adds versatility but not speed. The upright 2.1 quart LCD model trades a clean interface for a middling trust score. The non-LCD 2.1 quart earns more owner confidence at a similar price, and the 1.28 quart sits alone as the most reviewed machine here. More owners, more data, more trust. That is the hierarchy. Here is the split. Solo use, small batches, the 1.28 quart Whynter. Families and frequent churning, the non-LCD 2.1 quart. The metric that decides everything. Review volume backed by a strong rating. That is it. Trust the data, not the box. Links are in the description. Which size did you go with? The 1.28 or the 2.1 quart?